This year alone, I've spent over £100,000 on mentors, okay? And I have learnt three main lessons that I'm going to share with you right now that will indefinitely help you grow your own business. But it really helped grow my business as well. So to give some back into my claim, I have invested in two main mentors this year, one by the name of Alex Hormozy and one by the name of William Brown. Both of them have already done what I want to do, which is eventually actually exit my business. So actually sell my business. It's always been like a lifelong goal of mine, to actually grow a business to a point where I would like to exit the business. Um, so investing in people who have already done that, to me made the most sense. Um, so I did that earlier this year. Okay. So I had three main sessions with Alex and his team. And I have also invested in one-to-one mentorship with William Brown and his team as well. And interestingly enough, um, in both conversations in the mentorships themselves, um, they have come at me with the same attack angle, which boils down to three things. Two of them are main lessons from them themselves, and then one lesson is one that I have come to realize whilst going through these mentorships. Okay. And the first lesson I got from Alex and his team and William and his team was speed. Okay, the way that you move in business and the faster you are in business, the more you will scale. Okay. Um, And I can't stress this enough to you listen to this. If you have a business, right? Let's just say for example, the goal for you is to create a new landing page, VSL, new inquiry process, right? And it takes you as a business owner, it takes you 6 weeks to go and do that, okay? But I can have it done tomorrow, okay? Which person or which business is going to be able to collect data quicker, thus be able to scale quicker? It's always going to be the one and the version of you and the business owner version of you that is going to collect data quick. Okay. Um, and you can do this through anything. Okay. The ones who act with speed are the ones who always win. I literally went for lunch probably about 3 hours ago, and I came up with this idea. 3 hours ago, there. I had an idea. Now I'm here. I'm recording it. I'm probably gonna push it out to Instagram and say, "Who wants this free resource?" It's gonna be on YouTube. It's gonna be live. Um, this is what I mean by speed. Everything has to be done at speed. If it's not met at speed, you cannot scale at speed. You can't expect a business to 3, 4, 5x in a year if you are slow. Okay, and it goes the same with basically anything, in my opinion. Okay. Again, it can be, um, you want to run ads, right? You could spend 6 weeks learning how to run ads, or you could just run ads and learn, right? It's the same thing with Final Cut Pro, or an editing software, CapCut, right? And you're really slow at making content, really slow at making reels, but you spend 2 hours learning how to edit quicker, and then you're definitely faster at making content. Same thing with copywriting. So there's loads of things you can do in your business that if you create speed, and you have that at the forefront of your mind, you're going to be able to scale fast. Okay, so have that in your head, like this year, 2025, because it's the end of the year, right? Was I fast? Was I quick? Did I think quickly? Did I act quickly? Right? And then where's the business? Because I can nearly guarantee that if you are slow, oh, like I, I just get procrastinated. Oh, like, oh yeah, I was meant to do that last week and then I didn't because XYZ was in the way. Like, if you have that and your business isn't where it's meant to be, where you want it to be, that's probably why. Because you put so many barriers in place to scale because you haven't got the time, yada yada yada. You put so many barriers at place or in place when a version of you who just basically goes, fuck it, I'm just gonna do everything at speed, that's gonna be the person who's gonna win, right? So heading into 2026, if you do want to scale, do things fast. And also fuck perfectionist mindset. if you run at speed, nothing's going to be perfect. However, if you do things at speed and collect data quick, it's going to be perfect over time. And arguably, it's going to be quicker, it's going to be perfect quicker, right? So if I think, I don't know, I'm trying to make a perfect VSL, right? It's going to be lovely, right? And I spend 2 weeks scripting it, I spend 2 weeks filming it, and I spend 2 weeks editing it to make it look sexy and fancy, but I can make something like this really quickly, and I can go and test it. I'm gonna learn much faster doing that. Okay. Um, so I hope that kind of like drills in speed, right? The second lesson is simplicity. Okay. And this is something that no matter how large we get as a business, it's something I always have to remind myself that simplicity scales and complexity fails, right? So if you look at a lot of the businesses that are failing or they're just cracking when they're scaling, it's notoriously because it's so complex. The offer's complex, it's confusing. They have an offer every other week. Like it's just so complex. There's so many moving parts, there's so many moving cogs. Whereas if you just have simplicity at the forefront of your mind, I sell this thing here and it's fucking great, and you just market that one fucking great thing, like if you have like one thing that you're good at, it's going to be fucking great. If that offer's great and the marketing is great and the sales system is great, you're gonna scale. Okay. Now, obviously, you can have like shoots off this offer, right? But I can't stress to you enough how having one thing that you're known for and you're really good at, having one thing there will scale your business. Okay. So TCT, right? We help online fitness coaches scale their business, right? And we do that really well. And we have one real core product. We do have like multi-tier services, but we realistically have one product, Ascension, right? Um, and it's so good. And the reason why it's so good is because we have developed this program over the last 6 to 8 months, and we add to the program and we don't get distracted by other things that we could be doing. We just concentrate on how can this fucking product be amazing? Because if it's amazing and someone comes into our business and they fly, which they're doing right now, they go and tell their friends, and then their friends tell their friends, and their friends tell their friends, right? Which is how we're scaling right now. A lot of the people who are coming into TCT, they fucking love it, and they go and recommend us to other people, which is how we're growing right now. Okay. Um, but that couldn't have happened without the core like product and the core like nucleus of um our offer, our program. Simplicity wasn't at the forefront of it. If it's like complex and this is like fucking all over the place, we would not be able to scale at all because it's too like there's too many things that could go wrong, right? So we have a whole entire team. We have a sales team, we have a marketing team, we have a customer support team, we have me obviously in the business as well as like the kind of like almost like the director and the controller, right? We have everyone either selling this product or delivering this product. Like it's just one thing. Again, if they're like there's multiple different stacks and offers and stuff like that, it's just shit, right? And what you want to do in your business is you want to create a fucking amazing product, which we have right now. Okay. But when you have one thing that you're focusing on, how good is that one thing going to be? It's going to be fucking amazing, right? And everything can get optimized and processed from that. So speed, simplicity. Um, they're the two things that I kind of got taught with other mentors or with mentorships, okay? The third one is a lesson that I got taught whilst obviously going through this, which is the power of reinvestment. Okay, I didn't forget about it this year, but it kind of reminded me why I invest in my business. Okay. So to put into context, we have 4x TCT this year. And in my opinion, there's absolutely no reason why we can't 2x next year. Okay. Um, that sounds like I suppose not as good as 4x, right? 2x. But I understand as you grow as a business, doubling in size is huge, right? Like 4xing in size is obviously huge, but then like to 4x it again, that's like unbelievable. So I firmly believe that we can actually 2x next year. But every time I reinvest back into the business, lo and behold, I get quicker, right? Because I've learned quicker. So I'm like, huh, that's new. I've learned this thing here. Go. And like instead of like walking this year, which in hindsight we're now fucking sprinting, right? Um, and every single time I reinvest back into my business gets quicker and quicker and quicker. I know how to hire people. I know how to train people, right? Like I know how to find the right person for our business, right? And it's because I've reinvested into a business, okay, or reinvested back into our business from people who have been there and done it. Like Alex and Will have done what I want to do, which is exit the business, right? Um, and I am very likely being in your situation right now where I am here and I want to grow my online fitness business, right? This guy's done it, right? So then if you reinvest, you're probably going to get there with much, much less mistakes, okay? And I will teach you the speed and I will teach you the simplicity. I'll teach you everything that I know in order to get to where you want to go. And if you want to scale your online fitness business in 2026 and beyond, okay, then hit the link below. There's a link in the description of the video. Fill in a few pieces of information, book a call with our team, and we'll see how we can help you in 2026. But realistically, three main lessons that I've got taught, which is that £100,000 saved your end, speed, simplicity, and the power of reinvestment.